Look, it held my stop. Watch this turn out to be a good trade,
Hey,
huh?
see?
Watch this turn out to be
Hey,
a good trade.
it already is now. Now you can go a couple more ticks up.
We must pass the bill to find out what's in it. There's a good one.
Isn't that the way they do it anyway? Inflation is transitory. I just have that like imaginary thing in my mind of this cloud of inflation getting on a bus and somewhere. It's got like dollars floating around in it. If you try to grab the dollars, it turns into $2. You can never grab the dollar. It's just outside of your reach. That's a pretty good visual, right?
That's a good one.
Transitory inflation. That's what it looks like.
This is slow and painful, but I'm still in it.
Told everybody to keep that trade from yesterday in mind. Keep the trade from yesterday in mind today, guys. That it might be the only kind of opportunity you get to get a big winner on something like this. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, now you know. No, just kidding. You don't
If you
know.
didn't know, now
You
you
don't know what
know.
I'm talking about. Show up yesterday. Show up yesterday.
Show up yesterday. You'll know.
What am I supposed to do, Justin? I got nothing to do right now. Okay, either you're long and you're sitting in the long,
Yeah, I
or you're
mean,
sitting on your hands waiting for the next trade signal.
you either took that
I
long
got
or you
nothing better to
didn't.
do. All
You're
right,
in it or you're not.
you're either sitting on your hands like me, or you're in it like Paul. And if you're in it like Paul, I'll give you stops. Paul will give you stops. I'm gonna make jokes.
I haven't moved my stop. It's sitting right where you told me to put it. It's either going to take me or it's going to go up to that previous high up there.
Now you can use 7150,
Oof.
because if it takes 7150, it's gonna take the 7025 that I gave you.
All right, I'll move it up a little, just below that 89 there.
Yeah.
Why
Like
not?
say even 7125 is a good number. Just one more point. I'll put another
Okay.
point to it.
All right.
If it pushes down at this point, it's going to push down past that.
All right. I can do that.
On my way to yesterday. uh, think about it, guys. Think about the trade we sit there. We called it like 3 times in a row. This thing's going to push off this level. It's going to push off this level. We did it like 15 minutes. We actually called that trade probably about 30 minutes in advance, right? Something like that. You guys remember yesterday? Does everybody remember that? And just those are things you've got to burn in your minds. If you want to become a professional here, you want me to talk about something, guys? This is what I'm going to talk about. Things like that you have to burn in your mind if you want to be a professional at this. You've got to remember, okay, we had members that got chopped up during that area during that time, and we had some members that made great profits. What's the difference? The difference is the ones recognized, had good entries, and good trade management. The ones that didn't had bad entries and poor trade management. And I can almost guarantee that's the case every time, almost every single time. Um, Send me your trade logs and I'll prove it. But you guys probably could say, yep, that's probably the case, right? Those
Trade
that
logs.
beat up, bad entries, bad trade management. Those that made money, good entries, good trade management. I mean, I can go back. We go back and look at it, guys. I mean, think about it. You could take that same trade yesterday, maybe 4 or 5 times in a row. Where were we? Go all the way back to wickedness. I mean, seriously. This was the trade. We called it way in advance. We wanted to push down this level. This was it, right? Yeah, that was yesterday. You could take this trade one time, probably 2 times, few times in a row, but the really nice one was when I called the W here at the end. That's when you should have taken it, and I did. That was a very well called trade as well. So you just had to be patient enough to miss this. You could have literally at least taken the trade twice. So that's the point I want to make. Is just keep that in your mind. Keep things like that burned in your mind. See, 71.25 kept you in. Right? Is that correct, Paul? 71.25 kept you in?
Sorry, I was talking. Yeah, I'm still in here. Yep. Yeah, barely.
Now you can
Kept me up by
definitely
a
now
tick.
you can definitely use
I'm about to get out. I think it's about
71.50. So do another tick.
all right. 71.50.
That's the low of the
before that
last
wick. Yeah.
rejected area. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 71.50. Yeah.
Yeah, barely kept me in, but it kept me in.
Somebody knows how to manage stops. No, need bigger marbles. Sorry, Travis. I'm not trading this right now.
I mean, Travis, full disclosure, the only reason I took it was because I took it right off the pivot bounce. So I had like a 2-tick risk, literally. That's the only reason I took it, because I was willing to lose 2 ticks. And I'm green from that earlier short, so otherwise I would not have taken it, because this is a high risk trade. I mean, this is tough. This is
Coin
really
flip,
tough.
guys. Everything here is coin flip.
Yeah, absolutely. I just got lucky on that one, I think. I mean, my logic was we were going to get a bounce. It may not have been a lot, but we're going to get somewhat of a bounce off that pivot.
At least every trade was green.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. That's true. The few calls we did make were green.
If we can get you at that, and then we can manage your stops better. We got you, Travis. That's an easy fix.
That's right. Every trade. That's cool. Yeah, the stop thing is huge, guys. You need to work on that. You really, truly need to work on, because it will really, your P&L will thank you.
All right, see you at noon, Scott. Go ahead.
All right, Scott. See you later.
Bye now.
Gotta go buy some primer for the race car.
Heck yeah.
Getting ready for that season. Oh yeah, that's to say it nicely, Travis. That's garbage. Break even +1, guys. If you're using break even +1, I can guarantee you. Okay, congratulations. You're going to be locking 1 tick of profit in, but I can absolutely guarantee you, you will not have consistency with that. It will come back and get you every single time.
Almost every time.
Almost every single time. Yeah. I mean, at worst case scenario, just put it, if you want to lock in that extra tick or 2, then just, put it, whatever your first target is, just put it a couple ticks behind your entry. So if you have a 6-tick first target, put it at 5 or 4 behind entry. Now you're locking in a couple ticks.
All right, got to do a mandatory coffee break, guys. Watch for breakout here. Just
But that's
about
great mornings, Justin. Dude, that's
2 minutes.
take that. Yeah, go do what you got. Do what you got to do. Go see that man about a horse. But yeah, the break even is oof. That- Well, without getting into a complete course here, you want to see a break of that. You want it to move up. You want it to get, see it break a little area of indecision up, and then you can hide your stop underneath that little area. Now, watch the videos when Brian does that video. When the next class on stops will be important. I think everybody in here should be in that class. I mean, it's a they're all, I don't want to say it's an important, I mean, they're all important, right? You have to master entries. Trade management. Look, let's be honest, right? Trade management means nothing if you don't master entries, right? If you're not good at getting in trades, how many people, I see so many people, for instance, let's use a reversal, a tick entry. If you're turning a 9 tick on the ES into a 18 tick because you're getting in too late, well, then all the trade management in the world is probably not going to save you. So entries are important. Entries are very important. You got to master entries. Going back to what I said earlier this morning, right? Master one or two good entries, become a master of them. And then the next logical step is, okay, now we know how to get in the trade. Now let's maximize the trade and get as much profit out of it as we can. So they're both important, Justin, right? Honestly, if anything, of late, I'm just guilty of forgetting about the trade. I don't move my stops up enough. I've got so lazy with them sometimes, or I'll get sidetracked. Thank you, Elliot. I try. Absolutely, D nice. Absolutely. Guys, listen, read what she wrote. That is it. If you master your entries, you can relax on your stops. Why? Because if you know what you're doing and you know you're good at your entries, well then you're not so desperate to take that, quick profit when it goes into green because you're going to get another trade. That's you that not to mention if you master not to mention, okay, if you master your entries, well, that takes the stress out of trading. When you're good at getting in a trade, you're not going to be getting a lot of drawdowns most of the time. You won't get that many losers. Look at this thing go. Come on. If anybody, I don't, is anybody in this with me or am I by myself? Do I need to call stops? Okay. Well, um, right now I would probably tell you your stop's got to be about 74 and a quarter, maybe. Because it's really, I don't know how much this has in it other than this up here because we're hitting this previous swing high up here and we're in this zone and we're overbought and this is a garbage market and Powell's talking. Yeah, I would probably come up a little bit, D nice. I mean, if it comes to 74.25, it's going to take you to. You might as well, like Brian was saying earlier, lock in a couple ticks. 74 and a quarter. I mean, if anything, I would be thinking about. It's hard to say. Really, it's hard to say. You could even go up if you wanted to 75, 50. Problem is, if this comes out of this, it's coming back down. So see what happens. See what it does here. I'd like to see if it breaks up above here. Yeah, Sharon, and we didn't really. It wasn't really one we recommended you take. It was a kind of a risky trade. So you're good. Yeah, I mean, what's the low of that wick right there? Hold on, Justin. 75, 75. Yeah, I mean, you could do. I mean, again, just below that wick, so 75.50. I mean, you might as well lock in 2 ticks because if it comes to 75.50, it's going to get you at 75. So why give up $25? Yeah, and then that's the reason I took a D nice. I literally took it down at the pivot with literally a 2 tick risk, literally a 2 tick risk. All right, now if we get a breakout above this, we can move it up. That's turned out to be quite the trade. I like it. At least I can call it a day after this. Yeah, we are getting a breakout. So, Gracia, that would be a legitimate thing to look for. Come on, get up there and give me a double runner. That'd be nice.
You still in it?
I'm still in this. I have not cut out yet.
I did call the breakout before I stepped away. Did anybody take the breakout?
D nice took it, I think.
I did call the breakout before I stepped away.
There you go. Lulu took it.
So I get in. Touch Ryan said if it stays above 75, it will go up. I think I understood that. Yeah, we got to stay above this zone here, above this level. Stay above it, not just go above it once and push back down below it.
Where would you put the stop?
So
now,
I would
Brian?
be in the Gracie. I'd be in the same boat with you too. If there's a pullback here, I'll turn on the long buttons. If we can get oversold the stochastics, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Stop now would be.
I'm looking at the prior swing as a stop at like
70,
77, 75.
75. Yeah, exactly. 77, 75.
Look at that prior swing. Stay behind that. You should be okay.
If it breaks up past here, then you can bring it up, but
yeah,
it's got to break up
your
past
stop
here.
up. I also put a buy stop in on the breakout, so I am in micro there. Obviously, didn't switch that back over.
Today's a good day to trade micros, guys. I mean, if you want to trade size down, trade micros.
Size
There's
down.
no, good day to trade micros. No, don't put real risk on today. Don't do it. There'll be plenty of other days you can put risk on. Today is a day to just either not trade or just take very small risk.
So you're saying I did a good job being in micros?
You did a good job being in micros.
I didn't want. I'd rather be $380.
Yeah.
I meant to be in minis.
I mean, I was in minis, but again, I wasn't risking anything. So NQ22K today. Yes.
Still follow my stops.
What? Wait, Westy, you made 22K on the NQ today? Oh, 22K. Oh, never mind. It's going up to 22K. I was gonna say, holy smokes.
I was like, woo.
Yeah, I got you. I figured that out after I said it, Wesley.
We have to stay above this level. We'll go to, well, we got two levels there, right? Westy, 61 05
I don't think
and
he'll get past.
6095. So 6095 would be the first stop on the bus.
I don't think it gets up there, Westy. I don't believe it gets up there. Maybe, but you'd have to break the 900, 21,900 area solid. It could. I mean, it's definitely got the room to get there. It's got the legs. I mean, the NQ is put a micro on long and forget about it. Yeah, there's too many. I see a bunch of stuff before you get up there. I mean, I'm not saying it can't get to 22. It could most definitely get there, but I think it's going to bang its head a bunch of times before it gets up there. You're going to have a lot of patience. But like I said, you could throw a micro on that thing and just forget about it. Put it at a small risk. Could pay out.
I'm at 7850 on the stop, guys, just to give it some wiggle room.
Oh shoot, I gotta move mine. I didn't even
7850 is my ES stop right
78.
now.
50,
Wishing I was in the ES, not the MES.
78, 79. Yeah, okay.
7850 is a good stop. It still
It's
stays
gonna
behind
get
that prior
us.
swing. If it's a push down, it's gonna push down the whatever stops. I mean, here, think about it like this: at 7850, you get a better entry on the long with your stop. That's kind of my thought process with it.
Yeah.
And I get to switch to ES. Yourselves a little pullback here. In the zone, not quite oversold in stochastics, but you got a little tiny W. I'd like for it to push down just a little bit further personally on the ES. YM struggling to break that prior swing high, so be patient on that. If you're not already long on the YM, just be a little patient. Let it retrace back down and give yourself a nice little setup. On the YM, on the ES, we're looking for the same thing actually. Looking for a push down here a little bit, get oversold in stochastics, maybe give us a little W. I'd like to see that. Somewhere around they bought from before or sold from. Yeah, somewhere around this level back here, like 77.25. I'd be really keen on buying at 77.25. Even down to 76, 75, somewhere down in this area. I'd be pretty keen on buying that. There you go. Now you know. Lulu knows levels just as well as I do, so there you go. 77.25 confirmed by the master limit order person, Miss Lulu. Got the breakout now on the YM. So you're probably going to get a breakout. Probably not going to see the pushback to 77.25. But if you're net long, stay net long. Probably going to get the breakout. Afraid to take a chance on that right up in this area. I want the pullback to get a proper entry. If you did the little W that I called that wasn't quite oversold in stochastics, get your targets off. There's probably going to be a breakout here in a second to the upside. Still just leave for a little bit of pullback. I'm quieter than I usually am. Guess I'm saving my voice for the rest of the week, huh?
Yeah, you're gonna need it.
I'm excited. I think you guys should be excited. Another orientation. Got some new stuff. Bunch of the old same stuff, but it's old same stuff is worth going over 1,000 times, and 1,000 times over that. I think. What do you guys think? Have you been to an orientation that wasn't worth it?
They all are valuable.
Have you been to any training session of mine that wasn't worth it? Let's put it that way. Wasn't worth your time showing up. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it that, Travis. I don't know if I'd call it triple top. Yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah, I try to really try to make sure this is everything I do is informational for you guys. Obviously, we are trying to, get memberships as well, but at the end of the day, why can't you have education in there? That's the principle of our club is to actually all trade together and be profitable traders together, not give you some crap and run away from you. There's a breakout on the upside that I called, guys. I don't know if anybody took that. Yes. Thank you so much, Sharon. Yeah. You're gonna love orientation, Sharon. You're gonna love it. Once we get everybody in sync again, everybody see what we're looking at, everybody know what we're doing. Trials, you're welcome to come to orientation as well. Let's see. Let me see where my stop needs to be. 70. I would use 79.5 is easy right now. Yep. Put myself on the ES long there. Oh well. Going back to the ES and management stop. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. 79.25 on the MES stop. Still looking for my ES entry. Just a little bit of a pullback. That's all we need, guys. Come on. Push it back down to the zone. Give me a buy signal. It's not. We'll make a whole whopping $100 on the MES. If you followed my stuff on the grid this morning, you should have racked up some pretty decent stuff on the ES. So there's that I have too. Paul's definitely got a runner.
Oh yeah,
He's
double coming up on double. Yeah, I need about 5 more points for a double.
Hey, look, how many people did anybody else other than me and D Nice get in on the breakout that I called for you guys a while ago? Because at this point we have a runner on that breakout, getting close to it. Oh, nice. Okay. So you got a better fill price than I did. So you're definitely working on the runner, aren't you?
Orientation is
good deal. Nice job, D Nice.
Actually, Hisham, we're working on having an actual orientation tomorrow. I believe we're going to try to do an actual new trial orientation.
What's that? When's the orientation? Yeah, let's have all the trials show up for the 12 to 3 tomorrow. Thursday, Friday.
That's an actual workshop, Hashim. It's going to be a 3-day workshop from 12 to 3, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
And you'll be able to be in there.
Yep, you'll be able to be in there.
All 3 days. So that'll be your orientation per se. Are you available all 3 days? 12 to 3 Eastern? If you are, I would highly suggest putting it in your calendar or downloading the mobile app and listening in at least. Okay, cool. You'll get a lot from it. This thing's I'm not patting myself on the back here, guys, but I do a really good job at teaching this stuff. And the reason we have such a great club, I think, is because we've got a bunch of people who are passionate about teaching this stuff and passionate about everybody, not just themselves making money. And you'll see, we are very passionate about everybody making money, not just us as coaches. That one of the worst things I hated when I was going to all these different trading rooms and places is where I hated the dude that was just always pumping his chest on how well he did, and it never helped a single member or a single person. You just get the guru that's pumping their chest. I hated that. So that's why we have what we have now, a group of people that do things together, talk through it together, and we're all doing the same thing. And you'll never ever hear me go, oh yeah, I'm pumping my chest because I made a great trade. I'll be sad that other people weren't in it, even though I made a good trade. That's the truth. That is the truth for us. I will miss trades just to get you guys into trades. Sometimes, more often than I should probably, but let's all do the same thing. Scott will do the same thing. Wilbur will do the same thing. Wilbur's good though. So he rarely misses a trade that he calls.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just not as good as him when it comes to that.
Thank you, Gracia. We appreciate it. We do try.
Yeah.
We do honestly try. I tell you one thing. Brian truly cares. I mean, we all care, but I'm saying, like, to the point where he gets mad when people don't, like, when people are struggling, because he feels like it's something that's like it's on him.
I do feel like it's my fault.
I've had to talk him off the shelf, off the ledge a couple times.
Stop it, Lulu. Guys, I think we're gonna go put a couple more ticks up on our stops. Looks like we could be good. Right behind this last little consolidation at 82.25. Let's see where my I need 3 more ticks for that to be a runner, but whatever. 82.25 is the stop. 3 more ticks and I would have a runner locked in. Anybody else still hanging in? I am struggling with. What are you saying you're struggling with, Ronjo? You call me if you're struggling with something, Ronjo.
100.
10 points.
10 points
on the ES or 40 ticks, whatever.
Yeah.
And 100 ticks or 100 points on the YM. They're synonymous. Yep. Justin. Okay, I was gonna say you've been doing so well, Ron.
I'll say, Ron, what are you struggling?
You got
with?
my heart rate up there, buddy.
You better not be struggling. You
get my heart rate up, man. I was like, you call me if you're having trouble with something. Oh, good. Really I'm so glad. Off, you know, this is a man whose life has been changed in just a matter of months, I think. Right, Ronjo? Like a matter of months. A couple months, your life turned completely around trading wise.
But in his defense, he did the work.
Like, he did do the work.
He did give Ronjo the credit. He put in the work.
Put work in to do it.
That's.
It took a little bit to get him started.
Mm-hmm.
First day he came back without doing his homework. What did I say? What did I tell you, Ron? Next time that happens, you don't get me as a coach anymore. You don't do your homework, you don't get me as a coach. But hey, man's motivated. And that's all it takes is being motivated to do this, guys. Proper motivation and proper work ethic. Okay. I'm always open to that. Wait till let's chat after class. Let me check my calendar here. Yeah. We'll chat after class. We're gonna do the last 3 entries today, so see that. I think I'm gonna go a couple more ticks higher on the stop here. Let's look. I mean, if it's gonna come down and take 80, 82, where are we at right now? 82.25. That's going to get taken. Probably going to push past that too. So I think we could do another point. 83.25. Let's do that. Now officially have a runner locked in. And that zone's going to hold. And remember, guys, don't forget this is the zone we were watching earlier. So earlier is in yesterday. If you guys can remember that long ago. All right. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the same thing, guys. Yesterday was, if you followed our plan yesterday, you did well. You just had to be patient, and you could have traded that same plan through the afternoon yesterday, and really did well. This is why having a daily plan is really important, people. And I told you guys this morning, nobody recorded it, put it in the notes alerts, but it was the same plan as yesterday, just different numbers. Because now, again, at the end of the day, we got to keep going back to this daily chart and saying, okay, what in the world is keeping this thing from going higher? If you've been any kind of studied any kind of technicals, right? If you study any kind of technicals, usually there's a fill and a push, not this push back down and stay in a range inside the gap. That doesn't typically happen. That's not a usual thing. I mean, look at this. Every time, get a little gap back here. We don't have a lot of gaps anymore, but gap fill, run, gap fill. Didn't quite run, but it didn't stay in a range. It ran up. Don't have more days loaded, but I can show you over and over and over. This is not a typical environment. So you keep scratching your head saying, what is holding this down? And it just could be anticipation. That's all it could be. Could just be anticipation. Guys, we can probably use easy stop now of 85. Who all still in it? Anybody still in with us? This is D-Nice. Good job, guys. All right. All right. One more person would have a runner. Oh, wait. I got a YM long. Never mind. 2 YM longs. 2 people long on the YM. Good job, guys. Are you at runner status yet? Where'd you get in? Let's pull back. Okay. You're around 500 even. Well, you're 6 away from having a runner. So odds are you're probably going to get that. Good job. All right. Then we'll have 6 people with runners. That means we get to play music. That's my rule. More than 5 people with a runner, we get to play some music. Is that fair, guys? I think that's fair.